Manchester City leave it late to turn things around against Bournemouth, winning 2-1. Jules, deserved? And more importantly, though, how about Haaland's haircut?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care too much about Haaland's new haircut. I think they had enough chances to certainly not lose that game. They looked shaky defensively on the goal and a couple of other occasions. Maresca is still tinkering with his midfield, and Gehi there, who even he was surprised to play there. I'd never played there before. So I'm not really sure exactly what Maresca tried to do. And I don't think Gehi, by the way, who did okay, but I don't think he was comfortable at all in that position.
He was also playing ahead of Elliot Anderson.
Yeah, for a lot of it. I think he struggled to find the right position for himself and to move and all of that. But in the end, I think Shirky saved the day with 2 assists late, one on set piece, and then a wonderful pass for Gvardiol to almost spare the blushes for Maresca and City, who will have to do much better. But again, they could easily have done they could easily have scored early and put that game to bed.
Erling Haaland missed 2 sitters. Gay missed an even bigger sitter. Yeah. Ryan Shirky needs to play. Enough of this tactical balance stuff. We saw today Foden can play wide, right? So, you know.
Well, not really. He can't really play wide because
he put him wide. But
he was terrible. So there's for me, it's one or the other.
The back heel was nice. The early back heel, and then it kind of disappeared after that.
What I mean. Yeah. And sticking with City, Gabby, multiple sources, including us on the website on ESPN, reporting that City have agreed a fee of £85 million for Ayoub Bouhadi.
It's a ton of money for an 18-year-old. It doesn't change that. Now, in the modern game, amortization, all that, if he's just mid for 3 years, you sell him for $50 million and you net out. So that's the downside.
Yeah.
The upside, if he lives up to the hype, to what we've seen, he's going to be tremendous. But Jules, you pointed out that maybe he's not ready to start straight away. Maybe you ease him into the team.
I'll start him, but he's just what you expect from him then, because it will take a bit of time, but he's got everything to be one of your star players. Manchester United fall to newly promoted Hull City away 2-0 on Saturday. Gab, not a good start for Michael Carrick.
No, I thought this was horrible. I thought this was a really, really... Look, you'd been telling me how overmatched Hull City were in the Premier League. Most people have them destined to go down. I'm not going to say they're a terrible side, but because they thoroughly deserve the win. They carved United up again in transition. They were better on set pieces. That midfield of Andre Santos and Yuri Tielemans, we love Tielemans. Tielemans does not run around the pitch like a madman, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not even the least athletic central midfielder they have, because obviously Kobbie Mainoo is still there.
Yeah.
Andre Santos looks overmatched. And again, you're a big fan.
I know, I like
he'll develop over time.
I know, yeah.
I don't know.
I hope so.
Matías Cunha does nothing. I know Sesko, I would have wanted to see Sesko start. He was obviously injured in pre-season. I'm assuming this is why. But the message has to be clear. We spent a zillion pounds on Sesko. Sesko needs to be the person we build around. You get a pass for this one because he's not fit. But I would expect Carrick to have a lineup and a formation that suits Sesko, and it's going to be built around Sesko going forward. I'm telling you, this is going to be... He's got a lot of things to work on. He might get some help from the transfer window. Obviously, Carlos Baleba, we think is on his way. That's fine. I don't know, by the way, if Baleba comes, if you're going to continue playing 4-2-3-1, how psyched some of these guys, especially Andre Santos, is going to be, because then do I slip back in the pecking order now?
Yeah.
But there is a lot of work to do and not much time to do it because they have European football. Oh, yeah, we mentioned this. Sticking with United, the good news is that Baleba almost done, but also now they're linked to Alejandro Balde. Do you like this, Jules? Are you a bit surprised, too, about how things are souring with Barcelona?
Yeah, for Balde, yeah. I mean, I know he's not the best defensively, obviously, but the attacking strength that he has, the pace and the technical ability, I think are great. Maybe there's been issues with, I don't know, attitude, which we don't know about, or maybe the injuries of the past, and I worry for some at Barcelona, so that they put him on the transfer market. I know United were looking for left backs through the whole summer, and we're linked with different ones like Lewis Hall, who was just, I think, too expensive in the end. I don't know if Alejandro Balde is the answer for them. Again, I think they need a full left back or right back, by the way, because I think they could do with another right back.
Balde can cover both.
Yeah, but as a proper left-footed, it's probably better to stay on the left-hand side. But with that defend better. But when I look at that defense against Hull City of Mazraoui, Maguire, Heaven, and Shaw, I mean, this is Manchester United we're talking about. This is a ranked defense.
De Ligt will be coming back at some
Lisandro
point.
Martinez,
Maybe Lenny
Joe,
Yoro
all
will
of
be
that.
good.
Yeah, no, for sure. But so Balde, question mark for me. Baleba is a big yes, because I think they need, as we said on Thursday, that kind of profile, the physicality, running with the ball, the carrying the ball, all of that. I think they need that. But again, how fit is he? And he's last season didn't have a good season either.
I'm assuming Barcelona are doing this to balance the books.
I think so.
Seems kind of like, it seems like Barcelona players, especially ones who are homegrown, love being there, but they also have to accept that the club will try to drive them out when they need to, because we saw the same thing with Fermin Lopez, and then it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. Brentford destroy Spurs 3-0. Roberto De Zerbi said they were unprepared and had no soul.
Yes, he's 100% correct.
Isn't his job to prepare them?
He might be, but he's got a long injury list. They were just terrible. It doesn't excuse this. Who's unprepared? Wait, Tonali, what did you do this summer? Hey, how'd you enjoy the World Cup? Gallagher, hey, how was your World Cup? Oh, wait. How they could be unprepared physically, I don't know. They shouldn't be unprepared tactically, because they've been working with De Zerbi. Credit to Brentford, that the guy in midfield who they picked up was
Sangaré from Lens.
Sangaré was
That's what Ligue 1 do to you.
was devastating.
You know?
Imagine that guy at Liverpool.
Exactly. But that's the kind of profile they needed.
But there's a lot to work on. Look, they're going to make more moves in the transfer window. I suppose that'll help. I don't love the guys you're talking about signing.
Savinho and Marmoush?
Yeah, no, I don't.
But that's who they're going to sign.
I think the improvement will come when their injured guys come back, because they have a super long injury list. This is way back on Friday, but Arsenal began their campaign with a 3-0 win over Coventry City.
Yeah, I mean, Coventry are not good at all, but Arsenal were outstanding from start to finish, even just in second gear. They didn't even have to play more than second gear. Kai Havertz again scoring after counter-pressing and everything. I thought Odegaard looked sharp. Yeah, it was great to start this season.
Brighton were 4-0 up on Aston Villa after half an hour. Jules, this is really ugly for Unai Emery. And he also has an Ollie Watkins problem.
Yeah, he has, because Watkins was not even in the matchday squad. He refused to play, refused to train all week. He wants to move away, probably to Saudi Arabia. I think that they're the only team really linked for him right now. And if you're Villa, until you'll find a replacement, whether that's for Aaron Balogun, for example, who they really like, and they've been in touch with Monaco over him, you can't let Ollie Watkins go if there's no replacement, because that leaves you with Tammy Abraham. And then... Tammy is good, but he's not Watkins. And then you also need a backup at some point. So that's
they have the other guy they played against Paris Saint-Germain, Maggio, is that the name?
Yeah, Maggio, who's injured now, but who's still only 17.
He's the size of a building.
Yeah, and maybe that's it then.
But this is Aston Villa we're talking about.
Yeah, no, you're right, maybe. Although I think they will push to do Balogun. For the game in itself, they started well, and then one mistake, and they fell apart to a point that we've seen them falling apart before, even under Unai Emery, and having the lack of reaction sometimes. But that was horrendous.
This is where I struggle with. And look, we haven't heard Ollie Watkins' side of the story. And Unai Emery certainly gave the impression that it was Ollie Watkins' choice not to go. And so, when you only hear the club side, whatever. I just really wonder about what sort of people some of these guys are. And the same goes for Alvarez. And look, I'm cynical. Clubs will screw players over when they can. It's a business. I get that, right?
Yeah.
But you had your eyes wide open. You knew Aston Villa's financial situation. You knew that, they were going to sell Morgan Rogers for a lot of money and stuff like that. You have an agent whose job it is to go and keep track of these things. You should be making a commitment to the club at a certain point, not trying to force moves or whatever, given what the club has given you. And you've given to the club too, but you also are a highly paid professional. And I just find this really, really disappointing from Watkins. Not as bad as Alvarez, because there's other elements there going on. But it's a rough one. And they also have an Emi Martinez situation, which is a different one.
Yeah.
But again,
they need to find him a way out.
Is there an order of operations problem here? Like, maybe don't blow $30 million on a goalkeeper until you've moved your starting goalkeeper?
Yeah.